friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be sharing with you my September setup. This turned out to be one of my favorite paintings, and this month's setup was actually special to me in a way in that I have recently faced some trauma head on and had some really hard conversations, and I used this month's theme to help me process some emotions. Before going into this painting, I felt like I was essentially going through the stages of grief, and I broke down in tears numerous times. It was really such a raw experience, and I felt so incredibly vulnerable. And at the same time, I felt like it was very empowering and freeing to have faced that trauma head on and had those difficult conversations. And so in trying to turn to art to help me process those emotions more, I really wanted to capture a theme that showed the emergence from a dark space into an unknown, uncharted but hopeful waters. And that was this theme. I went into this theme just thinking about how my main focus was a ship, as well as sky with clouds and different colors in both the sky and the waters. And I wanted to show this ship sailing into a lighter place, a brighter place basically. And that's essentially all I thought about going in, and I just improvised as I painted. I didn't spend too much time on this painting, and I didn't try to be perfect as I was painting, because I really wanted to focus on painting a feeling rather than so much what the painting is itself. I spent some more time focusing on the clouds that the ship is sailing out of to really show the emergence of the ship from this stormy place. And I also tried to add more brighter lighting around the ship, as well as some reflection among the clouds surrounding the ship, to really give that hopeful feeling where we're transitioning now and we're moving into somewhere that is safer and is showing progress and basically demonstrating that healing journey, even though it is surrounded by darker waters and darker clouds and darker skies. I went for a lot of blending in this painting, as you can see in the clouds, the skies, and the water. And I also didn't make the ship perfectly crisp either. Essentially, this painting is a lot of blending and blurring of lines. I basically wanted to show that internally and in this painting, it was still a kind of blurry, murky experience, but a hopeful one. So hopefully that kind of complexity of emotions that I was going through, I was able to show in this theme. And I am thankful to be able to share that process with you, and also to have bullet journaling to turn to keep me grounded and help me through this whole experience. here I tried to add more water droplets and then remove some of the paint with a tissue paper, and the reason for that is because you can see on the far left at the bottom that happened, which was actually a mistake. And then I actually liked the look of that, so I decided to try and replicate it elsewhere to show these kind of magical orb-like light bubbles that are emerging from the ship and from the water, because I felt like that gave even more of that kind of dreamy, hopeful feel. And then to further add to that hopeful and magical kind of feeling, to show the growth phase that we're entering into, I used metallic and holographic watercolors to add more sparkly orbs surrounding the ship and the skies. This effect that came from leaning into a mistake actually resulted in me discovering a new technique that I really like, and I think I will replicate in future paintings. And I felt like that was almost a little bit ironic as I was painting a theme that showed some growth that I was going through, that I am also at the same time within the painting itself learning from mistakes or from things not going the way that I planned, and being okay with that and leaning into that, and then it ends up being maybe a result that is better than I expected, or just simply, even if not so, just showing that it can still be okay. I thought that was also reassuring and just a happy accident. I know that I haven't been showing my weekly and other page setups for each of my monthly plan with me's, and that is because I've mostly done simple setups that are repeating, kind of like this one. So I just showed you what it looks like here so you have an idea. And now for a flip through. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon.